Hello, everyone. Thanks for logging on to CBSColorado.com. Such a treat tonight to have head coach of your Colorado Rapids, Robin Fraser, with us. And Robin, we were just talking about the difference between playing and coaching, making that transition. I'm curious now that you've been coaching for a few years now, how different is it when you look at the coaches that coached you 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, however far back, to the way to coach players now? Has it changed how you relate to players?
That's an interesting question because I do think the players are different now than they were 30 years ago. But the angle that I want to go is I learned from every coach that I had, and learned some things I liked and some things I didn't like, and things that I wouldn't do the way certain coaches did. And all of that helped guide me toward being a coach because, there were certain people. Bruce Arena, the national team coach, he has a really great way of generating this team spirit. And then there have been other coaches who are really good tactical coaches, and you take a little bit from everyone, and hopefully you try to do it better than what you've seen done before.
Well, you know what, speaking from very professional experience, we're so thrilled to have you, so lucky to have you coaching the Rapids, truly one of the best in the game. It's such a treat. Let's talk about your squad this year. I think something fans always want to know, who's going to be the breakout player this year? Who's a guy that maybe fans should keep an eye on this year that you think could really make a splash?
There were a few. Darren Yappy, as we spoke about earlier, I feel like he's coming along, and he's really starting to, he's now made the transition from a youth player to a professional player. And you can see his growth, and we're excited about where he's headed. As far as players who've come in, Connor Ronan is a young player who's come over from Wolves in the English Premier League. And as a player who's new to the league, he's not a new player. He's not a particularly young player. I think 23, 24 is still really young, but somehow in the soccer world, that you're about middle age at that point. But he's been really good since he's been here. He was, again, a bright spot yesterday. I think he's going to do really well. In terms of guys who've been around, I certainly, again, I look at Yappy. We talked about Mikey and what he can do for us. We want Jack to come back and be healthy. We have a lot of players that we're pretty excited about. Max Alves, a Brazilian. Speaking of getting guys back, we spoke of Cole. Brian Galvan is a really talented Argentine player who's a good player in front of the goal. He was really good for us a couple of years ago, did his ACL last year, and now he's just working his way back into fitness. So there are a number of players that I'm sure I've forgotten a few, but a number of players that we're pretty excited about.
Certainly a lot to be excited for. And you know what? Season openers in the rearview mirror. Let's look ahead. You got Sporting KC coming up. When you look at this as a team that you guys play a lot, you're familiar with, what are your expectations as you head into what should be a great home opener?
They're a very, very difficult team to play against. They're very well coached. They've had a core of players that have been really at the top of the league for a number of years. And like everyone else, they're starting to age out, and they're having to go through some transition. But Peter, the coach, he's relentless. And he will get them playing as well as they can, and he will get everything he can out of them. And games against Kansas City are never easy.
But it is going to be at home. What do you like most about playing at home?
I think the first thing that comes to mind, the obvious thing, is the altitude.
Yeah.
That we've seen where if we play well and we make teams chase a lot, by the 60th minute, we start to see some mistakes popping up in them because they do have some oxygen deprivation going on. Outside of that, our team now has a lot of confidence because we've done well at home. And a big part of the reason, or a big part of why we've done well at home, is not just the altitude, but playing in front of our fans. And our fans have been tremendous the whole time I've been here. Even through COVID, there was just so much interest online, and as soon as we were able to get back together, they've come out in waves again. And we really enjoy playing here. We really enjoy how our fans appreciate us, and they definitely give us a lift when we're here.
They are. Got great Colorado Rapids fans, diehards for sure. Robin, when you look back at yesterday's game, after the game, you said that maybe the setup was a little bit too aggressive for the first game of the year. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit about what you saw and what might change kind of as you look ahead to KC?
Yeah, I felt like we wanted to be aggressive. We're trying to get teams under pressure, win the ball back earlier, and see if we can have more possession that way. But it's a double-edged sword, that if you get it right, the games go really well. If you get it wrong, then you expose yourself behind. And Seattle's a really good team, a really good experienced team with very good attacking players. And as I look at it, I felt like perhaps our mentality was a little bit too aggressive and not as cautious as maybe we should have been. But we would like to think that that's where we can get to, where we can bully games and we can control games through being aggressive. Because we have a good young squad that is fit and they can run a lot and they can put teams under pressure. But the difference between us and maybe other teams that are just about pressuring is when we have it, we can do a good job of possessing and setting up good attacks as well. So we're certainly in the infancy of where we want to be with this team, but we have clear ideas as to who we want to be.
It's going to be an exciting season. You definitely don't want to miss any of the games. And of course, that Sporting KC game is coming up on Saturday, I believe.
That is correct.
It is coming up on Saturday, so make sure you get it. If you haven't been out to a Rapids game, you want to go. They are such a great time, and it's a great team. Head coach of your Rapids, Robin Fraser, joining us. Robin, thank you so much for taking the time tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here.
It has been truly our pleasure to have you guys. Thanks so much for logging on. We will see you next time.